Yeah. So, and I liked the battle. I liked the robot. Of course, the first thought that came to my head was like, wow, this is only probably going to appear in like 2 episodes and never come back again. Kind of like the Matorata motorcycle form. Just saying. They only had like 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Appeared and then towards the end, because it's like that
needs to come
costs
back.
a lot of money. So it kind of like threw me off. Overall, not bad for a pilot. There's a lot of problems with it. Kengo is a character I just don't care for. It's that typical, I just hate everybody, I'm a huge asshole prick. And not even a likable asshole prick. Not like Ankh. He's not a likable asshole prick. He's just like several Kamen Rider main characters that we've had, like Fourze and Kabuto. It's just like I can't like them all that much because they're such assholes and full of themselves.
Decade, he was like the biggest dude.
Oh yeah, Decade too. But I always
hateable.
consider Decade was like Kabuto light though, in my opinion.
I felt Decade was like a mistake.
So I think the pilot overall was a decent one. It was enjoyable, made me want to watch, even the stupid helmet. I thought the fight was cool, even though it had a lot of the goofy moments, which I don't really care for, like trying to learn, and the kick was cool, and the finisher, and the different powers, and of course the belt sounds. Awesome.
Yeah.
Next.
I guess I'll go next. First thing I have to bring up. The one thing that really got me to question this episode, is it gonna be good, was where you see that freaking burger come through the window. I can't accept the food droids as the new little assistants. And the worst part about it is that they're using the sound effects from the can droids from O's. I'm like, oh, really? Damn, it's gonna slap me in the face with that? Anywho, it's like what Count kept bringing up. I mean, taking the whole high school thing to the extreme, everybody has their own little crowd to hang out with. It's nice, but it seems a little fast. But it just seems, I don't know. This episode wasn't terrible. It was just, I mean, I'll admit it's a lot better than what I first thought it was going to be. Because when I saw the food droids and the suit, I'm like, done. I'm not going to watch this shit. Because it looked ridiculous. I mean, and honestly, I thought a lot of the weapons were not going to be utilized well. It kind of did remind me of it kind of brought me back to, what if they did this in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? What if they had everybody had their own little clique, and everybody from an outside world could be brought together, like say if Billy was in the total nerd group instead of the karate group, which he was a nerd, but he didn't really stick with a nerd crowd, if I remember correctly. And I guess Kimberly could have been the Valley Girl. She seemed to be a Valley Girl. And I guess Jason was the Muscle Man, the Musclehead, the Meathead. That's it. No, Muscle Man, yeah. And then Zach would have been that dance, urban ghetto dance group or something like that. I guess hip hop. And then Trini would have been the karate group. No racism, just saying. Anywho, if they brought them together like that, it could have made Power Rangers even more awesome. But it just really reminded me of Power Rangers because the way it was shot, and I mean, Zach was really on the ball. He really took a lot of the words out of my mouth. It's just the only real rage I can have right now is for those food droids.
Food droids? I was gone for a second. What?
Edit that out.
Edit. Okie dokie.
Anywho. I love the mech. I hope it's not going to be like the Lacerata motorcycle.
I guarantee it will.
It's boss. They can kick the shit out of that Orion monster.
I don't get it, man. It costs a shit ton of yen to produce.
The billions. It's made by NASA scientists whose experiments went horribly awry. But overall, it was a good episode. It's a good way to start it off, but it could have been better. Light, you're up.
Yeah, what they said.
The end.
Yeah, the end. The one thing I want to add is my favorite part of the entire episode was shortly after the rider kick, where he couldn't necessarily immediately stop the drill once he hit the ground. I love that he kept spinning in a circle really quick because of the drill. And I love the fact that he's not limited to the 4 Astro switches he gets at first. He can switch him out like.
I have to say this now. Chainsaw leg for the win.
Yeah,
I
chainsaw
agree.
leg.
Chainsaw leg greater than drill kick. Just saying.
Great part. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, I look forward to where Fourze is going though, because there's so many different combinations he can do for limit breaks.
Final Fantasy.
Dun.
I can't think of anything else to add. What was the dude's name? Kengo, or whatever, who piloted the mech. I didn't like him either. He does sort of have that overly done, oh well, I'm better than you, attitude.
Right from the beginning, I don't like him.
The chick I really like though. I really like her attitude. It's all fun and all that stuff. And my girlfriend's gonna kill me for this, but the queen of the school, so hot. So hot.
Oh yeah, I'd tap that. I'd definitely tap that.
Gentile had the right idea. Oh, who's the hot babe?
So let's see. Yeah, I thought it was weird that the jock, or the captain of the football team, decided to tackle
The American football team. The American football team. But
Yeah.
he doesn't look American.
Actually, he reminds me of what's his name? Was it Paul from Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Look at their faces; they're so close together.
Not even say that. I kind of see it.
Oh.
And you know what? And to comment on what you just said, actually, American football, they call it American football over there because soccer they call football over there. So they have to refer to our version of football as American football. So I'm still 21, everyone. I learned this stuff. Nerd.
This is why you're here.
Oh, gee.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Fourze.
Something I forgot to mention. O's. I love the ending on the piano theme of the opening theme.
That
That
sounds
stuff
great.
always fucking kills me. Just hearing these slow instrumental piano versions of like the opening themes just like kills me every time. It's like a way of knowing. It's like it's over. Sad days. I'm bound to be depressed for like the next couple of weeks until Fourze wins me over.
Fourze is going to take some time to get used to. That's a definite.
It was the same thing with O's though after double-ended though for me too. So
I mean, when double-ended, I could have just, I could easily get into it. It just seemed like a really.
I couldn't. I hated O's at first. I thought it was stupid. I hated everything. I compared it to Den-O. It was because it was written by Kobayashi, who also wrote Den-O and Ryuki. Two shows not big fans of. Den-O as much. I fucking hate Ryuki. She's very hit and miss. I like Time Ranger, but meh. I fucking hated Ryuki. And Den-O was a meh to me. But that's why I was like not looking forward to it at all. And they're too goofy in underwear. Wow.
He didn't bring up the underwear that much. So that was pretty good.
At least towards the end. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched about 25 episodes of Den-O before I just gave up. Once I found out the secondary writer had a limited number of pensions, I'm like, done.
He's only got
I like
2.
the reasoning behind that personally.
No,
though.
3 actually.
Yeah, he gets.
I like
the third one.
Sakurai's reason though why he had a limited amount of reasons though of why he can henshin. I don't know if you got far enough to figure out why, but
I did.
it is. I like the reasoning behind it. It was because Sakurai Yuto is the past version. It's like Sakurai Yuto every time he used one of those cards,
Yeah.
he loses all memory. of like everything. The past, the future, everything.
Huh.
So each one represents like using a memory, and he's slowly using them and fading away as he used the cards. That's why he had a limited amount. And eventually got to the point he got past the danger zone of using cards, and he had to start using red cards, which got him upgraded for him, but it took up even more memories to the point where it was like he would like start losing everything.
Yeah.
Everything else. It might not even go on the same path he did to the future as it's set out to be.
And now bringing into the call, please introduce yourself.
Why, hello there. I'm the Incredible Edible Crows.
Alright, everyone, you heard it first. You heard it here. Anyway, we're just giving our opinions on the last episode of O's and the first episode of Fourze, and the last 2 episodes of Gokaiger. What are your thoughts?
Well, I personally kind of stopped watching O's that halfway through. It kind of lost me. I gave it a chance, but I seem to always have a liking for every even Kamen Rider series instead of the odds. So, although a decade kind of changed that. Because normally I went from...
Nobody likes decades.
Everything is Decade's fault. This too is Decade's fault.
I'll admit, I'm at a guilty pleasure. That was the first Henshin device I bought.
It's a cool engine device, man.
Yeah, it sounds cool, but
Give it credit where credit is due, man.
yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I kind of fell off of O's because it really didn't hit the sweet point for me, especially coming after the amazingness of Double. I was a huge Kamen Rider Double fan, and the story there and everything was just delivered perfectly. So coming into Fourze, I was being really excited, and then I watched it.
You sound so happy.
Why?
I think the biggest problem with it are the food droids, and the fact that they're using the
You mean the Pokemans?
No, they're not Pokemon! Oh,
They sure caught them all.
they're terrible. I think the biggest problem I have with the food droids is that they're using the sounds from O's. They're just using the Candroid sounds.
Yes, they are. Oh.
And the burger food droid actually reminds me of Rob.
Actually, the burger food droid reminds me of the little McDonald's Transformers that they used to have. I actually got one back when I was like 6 or 7. Dear God, I'm dating myself hugely right now. But they had like this Big Mac Transformer toy, and it looked exactly like the burger. And I was like, wow, that's special.
McDonald's sponsorship finally coming into play, though.
One of a kind.
What'd you think about the high school setting?
I thought it was very reminiscent, at least Zach and I find it reminiscent, kind of Power Rangers, because everybody has their own little clique, and it actually works, but like I said, some of the atmosphere feels
Cheesy?
cheesy, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Power Rangers.
Cheesy, I don't know, but I don't know if I can do it in cheesy in a good way or in a bad way, because it depends. I don't know.
Oh, come on, you guys don't like Power Rangers Samurai?
Oh, come on.
I love Power Rangers Samurai. It is the funniest show I've watched in ages.
Well, I'm a huge Shinkenger fan, so even if the adaptation's terrible, just because it adapted Shinkenger, I like it.
Yeah, I agree. I love Shinkenger, and it hurts. The
God damn it. My Light Bright Christmas. Just,
it didn't really bother me that much.
It bothered me that you have to write. I could never write with a cell phone in the air like that. That would be really weird to handle. At least you could flip it with the Shudo phone. It looked more epic. Now we're dealing with Christmas lights.